山本由伸投手が先発したドジャースとブルージェイズのワールドシリーズ第2戦、由伸投手は9回1失点8奪三振の完投勝利を成し遂げ、シーズン1勝1敗のタイに戻しました。ポストシーズンでの2連続完投勝利は2001年のカート・シリング以来24年ぶりの快挙です。この活躍には現地スタジオも称賛の嵐、試合後の現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung, Jerry Hurston Jr., Nomar Garciaparra. The Dodgers get it done in Toronto. They take Game 2. It's going to be a happy flight home as the Dodgers earn the split of the first two games there in Toronto. Got a pair of huge home runs in the seventh inning. One by Will Smith to break a one-all tie. Max Muncy follows with one as well. But the story of the night, Yoshinobu Yamamoto throws his second consecutive postseason complete game. Jerry retires the final 20 batters he faced.
Listen, you could make a case right now. He is the best pitcher in the world. I know that kid in Pittsburgh, Paul Skeens, he's an absolute beast. But Yamamoto has really elevated his game. He was an ace this year, and he was an ace last year, but he has gotten better in the postseason against very good lineups. First, Milwaukee Brewers, great lineup. And this team, the Toronto Blue Jays, on an epic run with the bat, he completely shuts them down. What a performance.
It was incredible. It really was. Masterful, was in control. Really amazing when you retired the last 20 batters. And when you look at runners in scoring position, it was only in the first inning that a guy got on a runner in scoring position for the Blue Jays, and he managed to stifle that and then was cruising after that. Didn't seem that he was stressed very much throughout this game. And it was all about Yamamoto. It really allowed the offense to try to get some runs over the course of this game, which they did with a great performance by Will Smith today with those 3 RBIs. But overall, they got those runs they needed. But the story is Yamamoto.
Absolutely was the story of the night, and he's the first Dodger pitcher since Oral Hershiser to throw back-to-back complete games in the postseason in 1988. Here are these last two starts. Game 2 in the NLCS against the Brewers. Game 2 tonight in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Allows 1 run each time. 111 pitches last time. Only 105 pitches to get through 9 innings tonight, Nomar. And I think that's part of the story as well, because his first 3 innings, there was a lot of stress over those first 3 innings, and then nothing after that.
He really settled down. I loved his post-game interview where he said, it's the World Series. I think I got the tension, allowed the tension to get to me, and I said I have to focus on relieving that tension, relaxing more. And boy, did he relax. He settled in. He was on point. He was making good first pitch strikes, first pitches with an aggressive team where there are times you can be efficient. When you have a team that's that aggressive, you have to be on point and execute early on in that bat. And it seemed like he was able to do that and really keep them off balance. A really good hitting team in the Blue Jays. And it was just such a great performance, exactly what the Dodgers needed. We said before the game, he's your ace. And you need your ace to step up big in the biggest moments. And Yamamoto did exactly that.
You know, I know it's in different ways, but he kind of reminded me a little bit of Greg Maddux. Kind of used the other team's aggressiveness, the Blue Jays, against them. So, yes, he had that first inning, a lot of traffic, a lot of pitches, but they continue to be aggressive. He said, okay, if you're going to continue to be aggressive, I'm going to use my breaking ball, my cutter, to allow them to put the ball in play, but put it in play weakly, and allow my defense to make a play. Here in the 9th inning, Justin Dean does a great job getting over there, makes a play. And how about this located fastball? Remember we talked about yesterday, a lot of the pitches that were doing damage, center cut in the middle of the plate. Guess what? Big league hitter, especially a team like that, they're going to square it up. But when you're making your pitches, especially with 2 strikes or, let's say, 1-2, and the pitcher like Yamamoto is ahead of the count, now you can really use all your pitches, elevate that fastball or that slow breaking ball, the cutter, and obviously that devastating split. What an incredible performance. Kind of like Maddux-esque. Obviously, Yamamoto has a little bit more velocity, but using all his pitches and knowing how to pitch. What a great job.
Obviously, it's a 9-inning game, Jerry, but sometimes you can have turning points early on in a game. We saw that in that first inning because Springer leads off with a 2-strike double, and then they have a bloop single. First and third, nobody out. This could have been a completely different game, but he gets out of this mess.
Let me tell you something, guys. We know this. Nomar, you know this. In order to get an ace, you get an ace early.
Yes.
You have a chance to get him first and third, nobody out. You got I mean, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., this was, I think, a huge play because Kirk is trying to shoot the hole. He almost does line drive out and that breaking ball. And now Yamamoto is walking off the mound unscathed. Y'all boys had your chance. Yep. I'm going to go out there and do my thing because they had their chance, and they were unable to scratch a run there. What a great job. I just want him to limit the damage. If you just give one run right there, great job. He goes out of that first inning, no runs allowed. Great job.
Momentum, right? I mean,
yeah.
That was mentioned before the game. Does momentum matter? Yes. In that first inning, the Dodgers score. And the way they scored in the first inning was a 2-out RBI. That was really good by the offense to be able to get that run. So that was huge, feeling that momentum on the Dodgers side. Now, if the Blue Jays were able to get that run back, it definitely shifts, gets that crowd back in there. And they had the opportunity to not only score one, but possibly more in that inning with the heart of their lineup coming up, especially with Vladimir Guerrero, who's just on fire and swinging the bat great. But him to be able to get out of that inning with a 0, it really changed the whole momentum within that stadium. And listen, Blue Jays battled back. Gausman, I tell you, he stifled the Dodgers offense for a while. This felt like a game that Yamamoto has pitched throughout the season because it seemed like the Dodgers were scoring any runs for Yamamoto. And, man, it took a while, but they finally did.
It's funny. I think Gausman, a lot of the hitters, Dodger hitters have faced him before. I think they were sitting soft a lot tonight, and that fastball got on him. But, again, Dodgers found a way to win. That's the key.
Yeah, Kevin Gausman retired 17 in a row until Will Smith hit the home run in the 7th inning. A couple batters later, Max Muncy followed with a home run as well. Let's hear from Muncy in Toronto right now with David Vassay.
All right, Max, you even up the series. We talked before the game. There was no sense of panic in you or the team.
No, not at all. Last night was obviously a dud, but it happens sometimes. We just ran into an offense that was really hot. And tonight, Yama was able to shut him down. We were able to get some runs on the board for him, give him a little support, and make those last couple innings a little bit easier for him.
What can you say about Yamamoto? Did he pitch you back into the World Series tonight?
Sure, if that's what you want to say. But, I mean, he was just absolutely incredible. He was, it's 2 starts in a row where, he gave leadoff homer last time, and then today he threw 20, 25 pitches in the first inning. I don't know what the number was. I know it was a lot. And then in order to keep his pitch count down and complete an entire game, it's just really, really impressive. Nothing seems to faze him, and it's really fun watching him pitch.
How masterful was he? Do we fully appreciate how he navigated the early couple of innings to be able to finish the game?
Well, I know we do. I don't know if everyone else does. It's really, really fun to watch him pitch. He really has an idea of what he wants to do. He executes his pitches, and nothing seems to faze him. All he thinks about is how he's going to execute his next pitch and how he's going to navigate the at-bat.
I had a front row seat to you and Will's home run inside the left field foul pole. Did you feel like Gausman's pitches were being left up in that inning? Did you take anything away from the previous at-bats?
He was really executing his splitter today. We got some good swings off on the fastball. We just weren't hitting it, and he left a couple up that inning, and we were able to get to it.
Happy flight back to L.A. Tied 1-1 in the World Series, Muncy.
Absolutely.
Thank you for stopping.
Of course.
There he goes.
I had a choice.
There he goes. Max Muncy, who did not have a hit in last year's World Series, has 2, none bigger than his home run to help the Dodgers win tonight.
Thanks, Stevie. That was a big home run by Max Muncy because, it was great that you had Will Smith, Nomar to give the Dodgers the lead. But then your called shot, Max Muncy gave them that little bit of breathing room there for Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the 7th.
And also, it was with 2 outs once again. There was a big run in the first inning, as we were mentioning, to get that 2-out RBI. And then Max Muncy also was able to come in with that home run with 2 outs right after Will Smith hits that home run earlier in that inning. Teo strikes out, but Max Muncy here, where the Blue Jays may say, okay, I'm only going to give up 1 run here, get out of this, and only be down by 1. Now, all of a sudden, they find themselves down by 2, and the hill is a little bit bigger to climb, especially when you know the opposing pitcher is throwing the way he's doing. So that was really big swing, nice swing by Max Muncy, going the other way, driving it out of the ballpark. And I think it really also got the whole offense going like, okay, guys, here we are. This is us. Let's manufacture some more runs, good quality at-bats. And they did that the following inning.
What an approach there from Max Muncy. What an at-bat. And I think the Dodgers were really struggling right before Will Smith with the four-seam fastball. I know we talked about it earlier. Will Smith gets something he could drive. A great job of the home run. And then Max Muncy stays on that four-seam fastball. But the approach, I'm going to go the other way with the fastball, stay on top and get some backspin. If he throws that split, which is nasty, I'm going to try to cover it. Able to cover kind of both those pitches and drive that pitch over the wall. great at-bats.
5-1 Dodgers take down the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 2. Let's go back to Toronto and hear from Kike Hernandez with Kirsten Watson.
Kike, first and foremost, this game, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, what can you just say about what he's been able to do on this mound, especially this postseason?
He's the man. He's the man. That's why everybody wanted him last year when he was trying to come over to the U.S., and he's worth every penny. He showed it. The amount of growth he showed in the last 2 years for a guy that, accomplished pretty much everything over there. It's pretty impressive. He looks like he's been there, done that a lot, which he has, because that guy's been winning his entire career, and it shows.
This offense, how you guys have been able to build innings. When you guys made the adjustments to Kevin Gausman, what is a big swing, whether it's from Will Smith or Max Muncy? How can that boost the offense moving forward?
I mean, Willie gave us the lead, twice. Those were huge swings. Last 2 nights, it's been tough. It's been tough to score, and they've done a great job. Their pitching staff has done a great job, but tonight we didn't lose confidence in ourselves, and we kept going. And obviously Willie, with the game he had, unbelievable. Not just with the base hit, RBI single and the homer, but also hustling down the line and not avoiding the double play to get us another run. Huge. Muntz with his backside homer, amazing. Pajes, starting the rally there with a base hit, getting on base. Good team effort. Some of us didn't do anything, like me, but glad we got the win.
You know what? You did something actually very important, though, for you. This is your 87th postseason game in Dodger blue. That's the most in Dodger history. I mean, I know you've talked about it a few times this week. It's been special. But to be just in that position, what does that mean to you right now?
Right now, it means to me we're 3 games away from winning World Series. It's a truly special accomplishment. Obviously, there's been a lot of really big names, a lot of history in this franchise, a lot of postseason games played on this team, and for a guy like me to have the most games played, unbelievable. I don't even know how to answer that question, but I guess I'm proud that I've lasted this long to be able to get this opportunity to be by myself, and hopefully we only have to play 3 more.
Hopefully that's the case. Kike, congratulations on this win, and let's go back to Los Angeles and do some more.
Let's do it.
All right, thanks, Kirsten and Kike Hernandez. Will Smith tonight, Jerry, had a huge game for the Dodgers. A clutch 2-out RBI single in the first inning gave them the early lead, and then he gives them the lead with the home run in the 7th inning. He even had an RBI fielder's choice later on.
Will Smith is one of my favorite baseball players, really, that I've seen growing up, watching as a player, and now as an analyst. This guy does so many things right at the baseball field. This ball is in, but he's able to pull his hands inside the baseball, keep it fair, and drive it out of the ballpark. But I've loved his previous at-bat. The at-bat he had last night with a runner in scoring position going the other way. But this, to give us the lead for good, just a clutch, unselfish at-bat, and that's what he does. He has unselfish at-bat. Remember, yes, he drove that ball out of the ballpark, but he wasn't trying to lift and drive. He's just trying to get the barrel to it because he does everything right. The ball jumps out of the stadium. Great approach from Will Smith, but that's what he does. We saw that RBI knock earlier in the game. Shorten up, stay middle of the field, picking up Freddie Freeman to put us a lead at 1-0. Just a great, great ball player, and that's what we call him, America's catcher.
And put the ball in play to get that fielder's choice, but just put it in the play. I think they made the infielder made a mistake trying to go for the double play rather than trying to go home. But nonetheless, we always say good things happen when you put the ball in play. I was just happy to see that somebody finally got to Gausman's fastball, where it seemed like they were missing an awful lot of fastballs, especially
against the fastball
in the middle of the plate. But there's that in that first inning, getting that knock up the middle to get the RBI, and then bringing his hands in great here to drive the ball over the left field wall. And then this one here, put it in play. Put it in play. You never know what could happen. And he ends up hustling down the line, getting a fielder's choice, but knocking in a run. And that's a critical run because it really changes everything for Yamamoto as well. When you're going out there with a 4-run lead, you're going late, you're going through that lineup possibly 3 to 4 times through the lineup. These guys are seeing you, but then you have a 4-run lead where now you can just say, listen, I can attack. I don't have to be so fine. I make sure I can go out there and keep executing my pitches, and he did.
And it's possible that Jimenez thought, I have a catcher running. I have enough time to turn the double play here. He doesn't realize that Will Smith can actually get down the line.
It's America's catcher.
There it is.
America's catcher delivered big for the Dodgers tonight. Let's hear from Will Smith with David Bassett.
Will, you had the best view of what Yamamoto was doing tonight. How masterful was it for him to navigate to pitch a complete game again?
Yeah, that was special. You know, he had his pitches going. He was locating the ball well. Just, you know, mixing speeds, keeping them really off balance. That's what we needed. We needed a great start out of somebody. Yoshi stepped up today and gave it to us.
The Jays have shown you they're swinging early in the count. How did you guys navigate through that, the first couple of innings, and that long first inning for him to be so efficient after that?
Yeah, that was huge to get out of that with no runs. That was kind of a momentum swing for us. So we needed that. But, yeah, just mixing. Just doing what Yoshi does.
You're tied, I think, for the team lead in hits, and you lead the team in batting average in the postseason. But the home run was your first extra base hit. Is that a product of the hand just coming along?
I hope so, sure. But, you know, that's me. I'm just trying not to do too much, trying to move the ball, help this offense score runs. You know, you drive the ball great, but just hitting line drives everywhere.
You really had the two big hits that really got things going today. And you talked a little bit about trying to be with, you know, stay within yourself before the game. You talked about that. Is that what you're doing in those situations?
Yeah, for sure. You know, you can let the emotions get the best of you. Try to hit a homer every time or be the hero every time, and it doesn't work out. So just trying to simplify, put together a good at bat, swing the right pitch, and move forward.
How did Gausman doing when that stretch there? He tied 17 in a row.
Yeah, he was pitching really well. You know, he was really locating the fastball at the bottom. The split was on. You know, he threw a few sliders, maybe not as many as we thought, but he was just mixing his fastball and splitter, and you know, that was tough at bats. He was pitching really well.
So what did you see in your back of the home run?
Yeah, I mean, he threw me, you know, all heaters. You know, he got ahead 0-1, then kind of nibbled, was able to get back in the count. Yeah, get a mistake up and be able to keep it fair.
You don't really show a lot of emotion on the field, but after you hit your home run, you did look into the dugout and showed a lot more than we've seen. Was that just the urgency of needing to win this game?
Yeah. You know, it's a big swing, obviously. You know, it's the emotions running high, but also trying to get the guys going. You know, Visky was in there right before the inning getting us going, so just trying to keep that momentum going for us.
How do you flip it on and off when you're behind the plate? Obviously, your job is to get Yamamoto through the innings, and then you come up to the plate and hit. Is there a switch that you have to flip?
Yeah, there for sure is. You just got to separate the two. You know, not let one affect the other. You know, I've been lucky enough to do this for a while now. So just lean on that experience.
In the last 3 innings, what were you seeing from Yamamoto? Why seemed like less stressful innings as the game got deeper?
Yeah, I just felt like he had a pretty good feel for what he was trying to do. He was just making pitches. He just kept going, kept attacking, kept getting swing and miss, weak contact. He was just pitching really well, keeping him off balance.
Thank you.
Here's a look at the World Series schedule. The Dodgers split the first 2 in Toronto. There's an off day on Sunday before the series shifts back here to Los Angeles for games 3, 4, and 5. We will be out at the Center Field Plaza for all 3 of them beginning Monday. Game 6 would be back in Toronto on Halloween, and if needed, Game 7 on November 1st. Every game will be at 5 o'clock on Fox, pre- and post-game right here on Sportsnet LA. Dodgers had 8 strikeouts tonight. You could probably guess. Yeah, they were all from this guy, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. But tomorrow you can go to Jack in the Box and get a free Jumbo Jack with a purchase of a large drink. This is only at an LA area location. Yoshi punched out 8. Blue Jays, 3rd win of the postseason, 2nd straight complete game. Let's go back to Toronto because Yoshinobu Yamamoto is talking with the media.
Yoshi, it's been 10 years since the last complete game in a World Series. How much pride you take in going deeper in the games, knowing that it's something that rarely happens in this era?
今日のこれだけ完投できた深いイニングまでいけたというところにどれくらい誇りっていうかありますか？
本当に結果的にすごく嬉しく思いますし、立ち上がりは球数がたくさんいっただけに、最後までいけるとは思いませんでしたけど、しっかり1イニングずつ投げていけたので結果につながったと思います。
To be honest, because I was not thinking, I can complete the game because early on, because my pitch count racked up kind of quickly, but I'm very happy I completed the game.
Good. Dylan up front, guys. You referenced that first inning. Obviously, you were in a bit of trouble. Your pitch count got up. How did you
kind of go from that to, being as efficient as you were the rest of the game?
おっしゃったように球数がちょっと初回から多くなってしまったっていうことなんですけども、ゲームが進むにつれてどういったアジャスト調整をしましたか？
やっていくことは決めてたので、初回はランナー貯めましたけど、なんとかゼロで乗り切れたので、切り替えて次のイニングに、行けましたし、失点した回は、デッドボールから先頭のデッドボールからの失点だったので、すごく悔しかったですけど、まだ同点だったんで、そこもうまく切り替えて、投げ続けれました。
I just got adjusted as the game moved on, and then that was still first inning. And then 初回はなんだっけランナー貯めましたけど。And then, sorry, I carried, because I did two runouts on bases, and then but because I just reset my mind, and then the inning I gave up a run, because it started hit by pitch, and then I also just reset mind, and then after I gave a run, but that was still just tied, so I just kept going.
The fourth row straight back, Russ.
Yoshinobu, I know you write in your journal during starts. Usually, you were writing a little bit more often tonight. Was there something different that you were trying to do?
黒いノートの話なんですけども、あれを今日書いてた。You're talking about in the dugout, right? Black notebook. イニングあれどういう風にして使ってたんですか？
いつもずっと全部の試合でやってるんですけど、作戦面のことを書いてます。
I use that every game, and then it's more like a strategic note, and then I use that and check in between innings.
We heard Yamamoto say, Nomar, he didn't think he was going to be able to get through the full 9 innings tonight because the pitch count was up early, but once he settled in, he was on cruise control the rest of the way.
When he reset his mind and he just was telling himself, talking to himself, calming himself down, he went out there and all he did was just flat out deal.
So we got to look at the K-zone and see how it started, but better yet, how it finished.
I mean, early on, you're upset with yourself because you have a batter 0-2 and that ball is just center cut right in the middle fastball. Springer does not miss. This ball was not that bad. This ball was up and in. He gets jammed and it just kind of falls in there. So now all of a sudden you find yourself in a hole where the one pitch you made a mistake, but the other one not that bad. And you got to face the hottest hitter in the postseason. So what do you do when you get him 2-2? You throw an unbelievable breaking ball. Here, another really good hitter, Alejandro Kirk. He lines out to first. You take that, but then you get Varsho with the breaking ball and you freeze him. And now you're going, okay, I got to go out there. Hopefully I can settle in a little bit there, establishing the fastball. 97 down in the zone, critical, but doesn't mean you don't climb the ladder to change your sights because it sets up now for the breaking ball. Not always just about swing and miss, but weak contact, getting the ground ball. Here's another excellent pitch with the splitter down there. Kind of get the comebacker right at him. All right, you'll take that. You want efficient outs, 1-2. Nice curveball to get the swing and miss. Now you're keeping them off balance. You're mixing up everything, all of your pitches. There's no one pitch they can sit on. You're getting ahead of these hitters. You're coming at you with the breaking ball, and then you're getting late in the game. That was an excellent pitch with that fastball, climbing the ladder after what he just did to him early on, and then now you're still dotting your fastball. You're dotting the fastball late, and you also had it early, which allowed you to get ahead. Executing the fastball was critical early in these counts against these hitters. And man, sigh of relief, hug, smile, everything all around. Man, we're smiling, Yamamoto, because that was an amazing performance.
He is an old school type of pitcher with a modern day twist. I mean, he is so fun to watch. The variety of pitchers, the fastball down at the knees, fastball, the riding fastball. He'll throw the cutter, obviously a split. And I love the curveball. Knowing the curveball to Ernie Clement, and I think it was the second at-bat that he faced Ernie, he knew Ernie wants to hit that curveball early because I'm going to throw you the curveball, but it's going to be a lot slower, and he's able to hit it out weakly and then also swing and miss at it. So many different pitches at his disposal. That's how you pitch. So for all the kids out there, listen, Yamamoto's about 5'10"-ish.
Yeah.
Throws 95 to 97, but he's a pitcher. Learn how to pitch. If you can pitch, you can get outs anywhere, even at the big league level, even at the World Series, and pitch deep in ball games to close out. I mean, what a performance by Yamamoto.
The other thing that was impressive, 6 pitches. said he has 6 pitches, he has things that go get you out. And a lot of times when you're early on, if you could have that many, you're like, okay, what's working, what's not? And then eliminate what's not, and then go with what's working and go out there and pitch. But he didn't do that, because early on, if things weren't working, he knew later on he would still go back to it so he can find it. He utilized other pitches to possibly get that rhythm and that feel, release point, whatever it is that triggers, say, okay, I can still go back to that pitch. I can still trust it. I can still use those other ones, and he did. So it wasn't like, hey, you know what, I'm scratching that pitch, I'm not going back to it. Split finger's not working, I'm just going to stay with the slider, and I'm going to stay with the cutter or something else that's working. No, if it was hanging, if it was off, he'd still find it later on and then go back to it. That's why he kept these hitters so off balance. You couldn't eliminate one later on and say, hey, come in the dugout and say, hey, guys, you can just eliminate this part of the zone or eliminate this pitch. You couldn't do that.
Pitching, one-on-one.
Yep.
Carl's Jr. moment of the game, tied at 1 in the 7th inning. Nomar, Will Smith for the lead.
Gets a fastball on the inner half. After seeing fastballs, has the count 3-2. And the way he brings his hands in beautifully to get the barrel to the ball, and he hits that a long, long way. Just what the Dodgers needed. That was a huge home run by Will Smith. Wow. We can watch it over and over again.
It was a great at-bats. He battled. It was a full count, 3-2 pitch there. And we heard him talk about how Gausman was nibbling a little bit, Jerry, before that 3-2 pitch. What did you see to cap off that at-bat?
We all know Will Smith is a complete baseball player who will go the other way, but we're going to go Access 360 and really break down this home run. I love this at-bat yesterday. Going the other way, 2-strike approach, his first at-bat, RBI knock up the middle. You get a 3-2 fastball, inner half, that four-seamer. No, not to Will Smith, not to America's catcher. Able to go upper tank there. In Toronto, I love the swing. Nice short swing. Notice that he was choking up with the bat, but he's able to get the bat head to the baseball, exit velo. I'm going to go ahead and give him 108 miles an hour. Remember, because of the conversion rate going up to Canada?
That's right.
And then the launch angle. Let's do it again.
Yep.
31 degrees. Remember, they do that Fahrenheit thing there in Canada, don't they? Love it with Will Smith. He says, let's go. And that's exactly what the ball did. Great job of Will Smith. The concentration, not getting too big. 3-2, being short to the baseball and allowing his natural power to take over.
And everybody was on their feet in that moment, Nomar. It's a 3-2 pitch. They're all hoping for the strikeout. Is there any better feeling as a player on the road, a hostile environment like that, than the silence as you're rounding the bases?
No, there's not, John. Especially in a place with a dome like that, and it's already loud, the noise is enhanced, and all of a sudden it's just silent, it's quiet. And you know what you do hear? You hear your own fans who make the trip, those people out there supporting you, and you love it because you can really just kind of see them out there. Man, it's a great feeling.
And you feel your cleats, and you hear your cleats in the dirt as well.
You can hear it all, and you know what? You also hear your dugout. You hear how loud your dugout is.
Let's go back to Toronto. Mookie Betts with some praise for the starting pitcher, the man who went the distance, Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
But he's just been amazing. I mean, every time he takes the ball, you can see he has confidence. Even in the first inning there, you could still feel he had a little confidence, and he felt like it seemed like he felt like he can manage to limit the damage, and he did. I mean, he's throwing a lot of pitches for strikes. I mean, there's really not much to say. You just got to watch it.
That first inning was big. I mean, he threw 23 pitches but didn't give up a run. Could you feel something? You made a pretty good play to help save that inning in the hole.
I mean, yeah, you, especially with us going up 1, we kind of wanted to have a shutdown inning, even though it was the first. But, you know, obviously, them boys, they can hit, so they came back at us. But, you know, Yoshi did a great job. I mean, to throw, 23 pitches and then go complete game. I mean, he had a chance to still keep under 100 pitches, going all 9. So, I mean, he's amazing.
What about him and how he works allowed him to still be catching guys off guard in the 8th and 9th innings, 3rd, 4th time through?
I've never faced him, so I don't know. I don't know. I would assume just mixing up, throwing a lot of pitches for strikes. He's got stuff going both ways. I mean, his fastball's hard, so I would assume that, but I don't really know.
He's got spoiled in the first 2 rounds, or the last 2 rounds, winning both on the road. How big is it just to get a split and have the next 3 at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, I think coming into this environment to split is huge. I mean, I think what we were doing before was kind of unheard of, so this seems a little more normal. It's good. I mean, I think we'll go to LA and just play Game 3, and we just focus on Game 3.
Felt like last night and maybe early in this game they kind of had you on their heels. Do you feel like what Yamamoto was able to do and getting those 2 home runs kind of puts them on their toes now?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think just throwing punches, throwing punches and making them feel it. Those homers have definitely helped a lot. Obviously, we know they're not going to give up, right? They're going to stand back up and throw punches back. But Yoshi was able to dodge all the punches, and he did amazing.
I know everybody focuses on offense, but you're a Gold Glove finalist for a reason to play that way behind him, to help him get through those innings quickly. I mean, do you feel that as much as you would feel about getting a big hit?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're not going to hit, I hadn't really been hitting much, but you're going to have to do the other side of the ball, and I feel like I enjoy playing shortstop out there, especially in these type of games. It's really a lot of fun for me. So being able to go make those plays definitely brings me joy.
All right, just what you've been waiting for, the Game 2 highlights from Toronto and Rogers Center. Top of the first inning, Freddie Freeman. 2 outs, 2 strikes, no more, just trying to get on base, and that's going to be extra bases.
It's great that he stays on this ball long enough to just get the barrel on it. Kind of flicks the hands. You don't have to have a big swing. Just get the barrel on it. Double, men in scoring position early in this game.
For Will Smith, Jerry, nice 2 outs RBI knock.
But look at the approach. It's 0-1, but he stays on it, looking to go up the middle. He does just that. Great 2-out RBI, Will Smith.
Dodgers up 1-0. Take another look at this.
Really great staying on the ball. I mean, that's a slider going away. Look how far away that was going. It was going on the outer half, and he stays on it.
Bottom half, Yamamoto facing George Springer. Swung at the first 4 pitches, first 5 pitches he sees. This one is fair for a double.
That one goes right down the heart of the plate. It's a fastball middle. They wanted to get that fastball up in the zone, did not get there, and he makes you pay.
After a bloop single, first and third, nobody out. Jerry, huge pitch and a strikeout of Vlad Jr.
81-mile-an-hour curveball right there. Great pitch. Nice, slow break. The ball kind of sped him up a couple times with the fastball. Great pitch.
Alejandro Kirk, right to Freddie Freeman for out number 2.
The way he stays inside that split finger, that was really impressive.
He's done that a lot. With run on first, he's trying to shoot that home. Remember that, boys. Remember that.
3-2 curveball freezes Dalton Varsho.
Perfect pitch right there. To get out of that inning unscathed, masterful.
Bottom of the second, still 1-0. Ernie Clement hits a pop-up. And this is ruled a base hit, Nomar. Freddie Freeman overruns it.
That's an error. But, yeah, something you just don't see too often is Freddie Freeman misplaying that ball. He came from a long way and just overruns this. Somebody helping him out, but that was definitely an error there and the play that should have been made, and he would tell you the exact same thing.
Addison Barger called strike 3, 97, right at the bottom of the zone.
Freezing. Perfect pitch.
2 batters later, Andres Jimenez. Nice play by Mookie Betts.
I'll tell you what, Mookie Betts, he has been elite at short.
I tell you, this is how your pitcher and your fellow infielder pick you up. When you make an error, especially in that first batter, and go unscathed, it makes you feel a whole lot better.
3rd straight inning, the leadoff hitter gets on base, but this one was a painful one for Springer as he gets hit by a pitch.
You can tell they're trying to go up and in on him with the fastball. They were trying to do that his last at-bat when the ball went over the middle of the plate. He was going to make sure it wasn't over the middle of the plate. It's a piece of him.
He'd be fine, stays in the game. Nathan Lukes, 97, top of the zone to get him.
That's a perfect pitch.
Vlad Jr., I mean, everything he hits, it seems like, is on the screws.
That's a ball. That wasn't even a strike hit.
That's off the top of the wall, practically. It's a single.
That's like his dad.
Yeah.
Alejandro Kirk. Fly ball, that's going to get the run in to tie the game.
Situational hitting. Kudos to them. They did a good job here to score a run.
And it stayed 1-1 going to the 7th inning. Kevin Gausman had retired 17 in a row, Jerry, until Will Smith does this.
Finally get on that 4-seam fastball. Will Smith does not miss it. Light tower power from America's catcher.
Dodgers take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, great swing by Will Smith.
Short, compact, pulls his hands, and he knew right away. Kept it fair, bomb.
Dodgers not done in this inning. Nomar, your called shot before the game was Max Muncy. And how about Muncy going oppo here?
I really like him going the other way. It's always a good sign when Max Muncy is driving the ball the other way. When he stays on that, hopefully this is a sign for more to come, and he's feeling confident because, man, there's really no place to pitch Max Muncy when he's going the other way like that with authority.
3-1 Dodgers.
What a great approach, especially with Gausman using that splitter. Thought he can kind of sneak a fastball up and away, but great approach, Max Muncy.
Bottom of the 7th, back to Yamamoto. Cruising at this point. Ernie Clements at the plate. Max Muncy has that one.
Max.
We're quickly one away. Then Barger hit the grand slam off the bench in game 1. Freddie Freeman flips it to Yosh.
What a great cutter there. He knows he wants that fastball. He sees a fastball, but it's cutting in on his hands. Weak ground ball.
Bo Bichette, ground ball to Mookie Betts, backhand.
Good job by Mookie Betts. That was not an easy play. That ball was hit really hard, stays with it, and also knows he has time to gather himself.
Andy Pages. It's a big moment for him.
Yes.
Getting a base hit, came into this game 3 for 39 in the postseason. This would actually be the start of a nice rally.
What I like about it was a shorter swing, and he stayed up the middle, got rewarded. I like his previous at bat, rocket to right for now. And how about this? Great job of kind of getting on a changeup, able to barrel it right there. First and second. Don't get picked, Andy. First and second now, 1 out.
Mookie Betts would walk. Bases loaded for Freddie Freeman. The pitch bounces away. It actually hit Freeman in the toe, but they didn't challenge it. Dodgers get the run either way.
Yeah, I think that's why Alejandro Kirk just kind of stopped moving right away. He's like, no, that hit him. Freddie Freeman act like it didn't, because he wants to hit. He's like, I'm driving in some runs. I got some opportunity, but they said, listen, intentional walk anyway.
And then Will Smith, slow ground ball to shorts. Slow developing double play tried. Smith beats it out at first. Another run scores.
Good job. We're talking about contact is king. There you get a run.
Back to Yamamoto in the bottom of the inning. Jimenez.
Man, that was dirty.
Strikeout number 6 for Yamamoto. George Springer.
Wow. That's the pitch they were trying to get on George. That pitch was right there with fastball up and in.
But look at that pitch. He made one mistake, fastball in the middle to Springer. In that first inning, there no more mistakes in the middle of the plate. Just a perfectly executed fastball.
Punches out the side in the bottom of the 8th in the 9th inning. Facing Vlad Jr. Over to Freeman, and Freddie steps on the bag for out number 1. Alejandro Kirk. Line shot to Justin Dean, defensive replacement in center. We're quickly 2 away, and it's Dalton Varsho popping it up to Max Muncy. An absolute masterpiece for Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the 2nd straight start for him. Dodgers get the win in game 2, 5-1 is the final. This series is now tied at a game apiece. Yoshinobu Yamamoto picks up his 3rd win of this postseason, going the full 9 innings, giving up 1 run on 4 hits, 8 strikeouts. Will Smith 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs. Max Muncy 1 for 3 with a home run and a walk. Let's hear from Dave Roberts in Toronto with the media.
Don't hold back any superlatives. Talk about your starting pitcher's performance.
Outstanding, uber competitive, special. Yeah, he was just locked in tonight. You know, it was one of those things he said before the series, losing is not an option, and he had that look tonight.
Other questions for Doc? We'll go to the last row in the back.
Sticking with pitching, Yamamoto was throwing a lot of splitters early, then went to his cut fastball the second round around the Jays order, then to his fastball second time around the order, then to his cutter last time around the order. Was that more of a game plan thing or a control thing?
That was more of a feel, read, and react thing. The great thing about Yoshi is he has 4 pitches to get lefties out, righties out, and you know you're reading hitters and making adjustments. I thought Will Smith did a fantastic job. I thought Mark Pryor did a great job game planning, and Yoshi executed.
Russ, 4th row, straight back.
Hey, Doc. Yoshinobu hasn't pitched in as many postseasons as most of your roster, yet time and time again in these situations, high pressure, he seems to perform. What is it about maybe his personality that allows him to pitch like this in these moments?
I think, he's pitched in huge ball games in Japan. He's pitched in the WBC. And, players that have the weight of a country on their shoulders, that's pressure. And so I just feel that part of his DNA is to just perform at a high level in big spots and control his heartbeat and just continue to make pitches. So, he could have won another, 30, 40 pitches tonight.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the story of the night for the Dodgers' second straight complete game in the postseason. Let's hear from his pitching coach, Mark Pryor.
Mark, just to see Yoshinobu now have 2 back-to-back outings in which he's thrown a complete game, what is just standing out to you about these performances from him?
His heartbeat, honestly, he's in control the whole time. Said it last time with, Milwaukee, gave up the first pitch home run. Settled in, never seemed flustered, never seemed rattled by it. Just kept making pitches, going pitch to pitch. Same thing tonight. He made 2 really good pitches to get 0-2 on Springer in the first at bat. Tried to elevate one more time. Springer obviously put a good swing on it. It was midline. And then he makes another really good pitch to Lucas and gives up a flare. Just kept making pitches. And it's things we've seen that in the past from him. But he just really determined, stayed disciplined to his process, and really just unwavering. Just I'm going to make pitch, and I'm going to execute, and he's going to gather the information and go on to the next pitch. And from then on, he was in pretty much control the whole time. So it's really his emotional, heartbeat, however you want to say it, just doesn't seem phased. And given the situation, given the magnitude of these games, given what we were coming off of last night, it's remarkable. It really is. It's really impressive.
Here are the announced starters for Game 3 of the World Series at Dodger Stadium. Old friend Max Scherzer for the Blue Jays. He was 5-5 in the regular season. The ERA over 5. Tyler Glasnow gets the ball for the Dodgers. 4-3 in the regular season. A 3.19 ERA. Both guys have been really good here in October. Glasnow just 1 run allowed in 3 games. Scherzer started Game 4 of the ALCS in Seattle. Went 5 2/3. Gave up just 2 runs. Nomar should make for a really good pitching matchup here in Los Angeles for Game 3.
Yeah, we just saw an unbelievable pitching duel and pitching performance by Yamamoto. Gosman was really good as well, and I'm sure we're looking at possibly another one because both these 2 pitchers are capable and have done it. For the Dodgers, need Glasnow to be on point, be inspired by what Yamamoto just did.
Glasnow has been outstanding so far this postseason. I expect him to be on his A game there at Dodger Stadium. Should be an incredible environment for Game 3.
Jerry, you said this was a must-win. Nomar said this was a must-win. Dodgers got it done.
Yeah. Fans, bring it. Bring it. Be ready. Bring the energy.
For Jerry, Nomar, and Kirsten, I'm John. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Monday, pregame, 4 o'clock at Dodger Stadium.
由伸投手、これぞエースという圧巻の投球内容でしたね。現地解説陣もグレッグ・マダックスのようだったと最大級の賛辞でした。由伸投手の活躍で蘇ったチームは最高の形でドジャースタジアムでの3連戦に臨みます。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。